Here's a truth that will shake everything you believe about success. Your willpower is a myth. Think about it. Every guru says the same thing: discipline, grit, determination. But if willpower were the answer, why do 92% of New Year's resolutions fail by February? Why do the most disciplined entrepreneurs still struggle with certain habits? Why did Richard Thaler win a Nobel Prize? For proving that our decisions are designed for us before we even make them. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You're not failing because you're weak. You're failing because your environment is fighting against you. In his groundbreaking book, Nudge, behavioral economist Richard Thaler revealed something revolutionary. The spaces we inhabit, the choices we see, and the paths of least resistance, these invisible forces shape 90% of our behavior. Not our character, not our willpower, our environment. So here's the real question. If your surroundings control your destiny, why are you still trying to change yourself instead of changing your world? Today, I'm going to share an unforgettable story, a story that will reveal the hidden architecture of your life, the invisible design that's been guiding your decisions this whole time. By the end of this story, you won't just understand why you keep failing at the same habits. You'll know the framework that billionaires and elite athletes use to make success inevitable. And along the way, we'll explore 3 powerful vocabulary words: architecture, catalyst, and inevitable. These words won't just sharpen your English. They'll reshape how you think about success itself. I promise you, the next 7 minutes will fundamentally change how you approach every goal in your life. Stay with me. Let me take you to a small village where a young potter named Kira was on the edge of giving up. Kira had talent. Everyone said so. But every morning, she woke up determined to create something extraordinary. And every evening, she stared at another mediocre pot. Another wasted day. I just need more discipline, she told herself, clenching her fists. Tomorrow, I'll focus harder. But tomorrow never came. Her pottery wheel sat buried in the corner of her cramped workshop, surrounded by clutter, unfinished projects, bills, broken tools. Before she could even start working, she had to clear the mess, find her materials, fight through the chaos. By the time she began, she was already exhausted. One day, an old master potter named Soren arrived in the village. His work was legendary, simple, elegant, profound. Kira begged him to teach her his secret. Soren stepped into her workshop and said nothing. He just looked around. After a long silence, he spoke. "You don't have a discipline problem," he said. "You have a design problem." Kira frowned. "What? No, I just need to try harder." Soren shook his head. "Your environment is screaming at you to fail. Every morning, you wage war with your own space. You think this is about willpower? Willpower is a muscle. It gets tired. But your environment never gets tired of sabotaging you." He pointed to her wheel buried in the corner. "How many steps does it take to start working?" Kira counted silently. "Clear the table. Find the clay. Move the clutter. Uncover the wheel. At least 10 steps. Soren nodded. "Now imagine your wheel in the center of the room. Clay already measured beside it. Tools hanging within reach. How many steps then?" "1," Kira whispered. "I just sit down and start." "Exactly," Soren said. "Stop trying to change yourself. Change your architecture." That word hung in the air. Architecture. The deliberate design of your environment to make the right choices inevitable. At first, Kira resisted. This felt too simple, too easy. Real artists suffered, right? But she was desperate. So she made a deal with Soren. 1 week. She'd redesign her workshop exactly as he instructed. The transformation was radical. Soren had her move her wheel to the center of the room, under the natural light. Clay, pre-measured and labeled, sat on a nearby shelf. Tools hung on a pegboard, each with its own silhouette. The clutter? Gone, stored 2 doors down. But what if I need something from storage, she asked. Then you'll walk 2 doors down, Soren said. But you won't, because everything you need is right here, and everything you don't need is out of reach. The next morning, something miraculous happened. Kira walked into her workshop and sat down. No clearing, no searching, no thinking. Within 30 seconds, her hands were in the clay. She worked for 3 hours straight. By the end of the week, she had created more pottery than in the past 3 months. Not because she suddenly became more disciplined, but because success had become the path of least resistance. Soren smiled. That's your catalyst, he said. A catalyst is a force that provokes change without being consumed by it. I didn't change you. I changed your context. And the context did the rest. 6 months later, Soren returned to the village. Kira was no longer the frustrated potter. Her workshop had become a quiet legend. Travelers came from far away, not to buy her pottery, but to watch her process. When Soren walked in, he found Kira teaching a young apprentice. Don't fight yourself, she was saying, rearranging the boy's tools. Your willpower is limited. Your environment is not. Design your world, and your world will design your behavior. Soren, she had become the catalyst for someone else. Kira looked up and saw him. They didn't need words. She simply gestured around the room. The clean lines, the open space, the architecture of inevitability. You were right, she said softly. I was never broken. My world was. Let's drop the story for a moment and talk directly. If you feel like Kira, trying harder, pushing more, wondering why you keep failing, stop blaming yourself. The lesson is simple. Your environment is more powerful than your willpower. Always. Richard Thaler proved it. The most successful people in the world know it. And now, so do you. You don't need more discipline. You need better choice architecture, the deliberate design of your surroundings to make good decisions automatic and bad decisions difficult. Here's how to start. 1. Identify your Kira's workshop. Where are you struggling? Fitness, writing, learning? 2. Count your steps. How many actions stand between you and doing the thing? Each step is a point of friction, an opportunity to quit. 3. Redesign for inevitability. Make the right choice the easiest choice. Put your running shoes by the bed. Keep your laptop closed and a book open on your desk. Pre-pack healthy meals. Delete the apps that waste your time. The goal is simple. When you wake up, success should be easier than failure. Stop fighting yourself. Start designing your world. If this story shifted how you see your struggles, show your support with a thumbs up. Comment below with one thing, just one thing, you're going to redesign in your environment this week. I read every single comment, and I want to hear your commitment. And if you know someone who's blaming themselves for lacking willpower, when they really just need better architecture, share this video with them. It might be the catalyst they need. Thank you for being here. And I'll see you in the next story.